Yes, he's a tattoo artist. Yes, he's a musician. Yes, he's got bad credit, but he's figuring it out. After he finishes his payment plan for that chest tattoo, then he's gonna start saving. We've been down that road before. We know it does not serve us. You're trying to find safety and excitement, it ain't gonna work out. We're switching gears here and starting with safety and finding excitement in that safety versus finding safety in that excitement. What's up, YouTube family? Real quick, if you could just like, comment, subscribe, that helps out the show so much. Now, let's get into it.
The SelfHype Podcast.
What is up, y'all? It's your boy Eli Vasquez, and welcome to the SelfHype Podcast, brought to you by Jobo Studios. We have a good one this week. We are talking what questions to ask in the dating phase. You meet a guy, he's exciting, but are you asking the right intentional questions? Maybe you don't care about intentionality, you just want to bump bellies. Guess what? It matters what you're asking as well. We're going to check him, we're going to check yourself, we're going to check your mama, and check everybody in the Tri-County area with the proper questions so we don't waste our time. Now, let's get into it. What is up, party people? What's good with it? How y'all feeling? How's life? How's your loins doing? That was gross. I didn't mean to say that. So we're wrapping up this batch. It is 10 p.m. and your boy is just on one. He's planning a Euro trip because he's a bridesmaid, and I've never been this indecisive before. Like, I can go to, like, my big thing is, like, if I'm gonna go to Europe, let me jump on a train and see some stuff. But your boy's going to Athens, and people say Athens is not all that. Some people say it is all that. So I'm kind of torn. I think I may just take a chance on love and be in Athens a little longer, because that's my big issue, is how long do I want to stay in Athens? Either way, first world problems. But if you're from Athens, shoot a comment. If you're on the Patreon community, shoot a comment. I'll reply back. Anyway, Eli, we don't care about your goddamn Euro adventures with you zipping wines and looking at the Necropolis. Acropolis? Rapapopolis. I am offending so many Greek people, and I apologize. Anyway, let's get into this week's episode. Okay. Questions. Why did I even think of this episode? I thought of this episode because, I want to try to give direct value as much as possible. How do I just cut to the nitty-gritty and just tell you like it is, the way you need to hear it? And, everyone always asks me the question of, where do I find a good guy? Where is he? Where is he at? Where can I find him? Is it Home Depot? Is it a Cheesecake Factory? Eli, where do I go? Baby girl, it's not about where. It's not about where. They ain't no secret island off the coast of Madagascar where there's a man named Julio that we pay him $50. He'll take you to the secret island where there's a guys. They're all 6 foot plus. They all make six figures. None of them are Geminis. They like to chop wood and rub your feet and give to the homeless and pet small dogs. That's just, it just ain't it. It's not about where. It's about what you're asking. What are you asking intentionally from your soul, from your value system, in order to filter out these people to know who's really there for you? A quick reminder, we're just trying to get one of these streets. Unless you're the team, you like to play with multiple people. You're a battle royale baddie. And that's for my community that likes to holler at more than one. If that's you, go with God. And damn, you guys got some Tour de France stamina to be doing all that, because I can't do it. I'm a one-woman man, but I respect the people that can. But at the end of the day, we want that one person. We want that one individual that makes us say, hell yeah, dude, forever. I don't care if you got toe fungus. I'm still going to kiss you. So that's what we're looking for. But it's about what questions we're asking. Those questions are those boundaries. Those questions are the filtration system. Those questions are going to get us to the nitty-gritty of who we should be with. And you can start asking questions in the damn dating app if you want to. You could ask questions on date number 1, because I get this all the time. Like, when should I share how I feel? When is the time to share when I want a relationship? Yesterday. You should say it off the beginning. So we're going to talk about what questions to ask an individual who's sitting across from you at this Cheesecake Factory. And also, we're going to say some questions we need to give ourselves, because it's the SelfHype Podcast. We hype ourselves up, but also we check ourselves as well. It's all personal development. So this is what we're going to be diving into. It's going to be really fun, and let's get into it. What questions to ask? what questions to ask. And there's a variety of different levels of intentionality that we're going to be asking. There's first date questions, 1st to 3 date questions, and then there's, oh, okay, we like each other and this is going to turn into relationship type of questions. And that's something a little more intentional. But first we got to start with you, baby boo. We got to start with you. And the number one question you got to ask yourself is, what's up, y'all? I know you guys are enjoying the show, but real quick, I just want to talk about the Patreon. Patreon, you get early access to episodes, bonus content, and you could even ask a question that gets on the show. It's patreon.com/selfhype. Now, let's get back to it. And the number one question you got to ask yourself is, what the hell do you want? What do you want? Some of y'all are like, Eli, I'm ready for a relationship. You don't understand. I'm ready for it. Yeah, Are you, like, before you open up this app, are you looking for a connection and a partner, or are you looking to get saved? And I know someone had to pull over from driving to work and just, they're feeling that. I'm going to say it for the people in the back. Are you opening up those damn apps to find a partnership where you have a duty as a partner, as a girlfriend, as a wife for the rest of your life? Or are you on there to try to get saved? Because a lot of us are lonely. A lot of us are sad. A lot of us are trying to distract ourselves from our last situation that was so fun, but then he ghosted me. You know, it's like there's episodes about that. But you got to ask yourself, am I trying to get saved? Or am I trying to actually build a partnership with somebody? And that is something you got to really take some time with, because you got to know the price tag of your heart. Because if you're trying to get saved, I say this. Authentic relationships are going to create authentic experiences, but the key word is authentic. If you're just trying to find someone just to find someone, we're already shooting ourselves in the foot of what this could be. And you're going to be in regret of this relationship ending because you didn't have it. You weren't in the right headspace when you started it. So it's really important that you check yourself of where I'm at in my life, what am I looking for, and am I even ready for it? And if you are ready for it, let's freaking get after it, baby girl. Let's do some intention. I was gonna say bumping bellies, but we're trying to get shows out here. So not necessarily bumping bellies, but like a marital bumping of bellies. Bumping bellies of our minds and our souls. And our emotions. That's what we're talking about. So, okay, you got the idea of like, all right, I'm looking for a man's fan-freaking-tastic. Before we even, again, you just want to hear, what do I ask him? Slow it down, wax on, wax off. This is me. This is a Puerto Rican Mr. Miyagi talking to you right now. After you ask yourself, okay, no, I want a relationship. I'm good in my life. I feel sustainable in my life. I feel happy in my life. I have hobbies and all that. And it's really important that you know that, because if you try to get saved by a man, you may lower your standards and may deal with more ratchet activities. You may do something that you may not want to be in. So check your life, and I'm like, am I in a space of abundance where I'm trying to receive someone that reflects where I'm currently at? And the other question you should be asking yourself is, does my current life alone reflect the partner's life that I would want to be with? So if I'm down and out, sad, lonely, swiping away because I'm trying to get saved, is that the type of person I want to be with? No. You are what you attract. You are what you manifest. So look at your own life. Look at your own personal life, your hobbies. Are you fulfilled in moments of isolation? Does isolation feel like home? And if it does, then we are ready. And so it's really important to have all this, because it's going to create a sustainable base for us to handle the dating game when people leave us and say, let's say, ghost us or play us or whatever, because we know what's in here inside of ourselves is a home, and it's fun and it's safe and it's where we could always go back to and be okay. So you check those two questions off, and now we're off to the races. Now you got to ask yourself, what do I want in a person? If my life is abundant and fantastic, what do I want in a person to add to this? I ain't looking for a crutch. I'm looking for a partner. You are not my cure. You are my partner. You are not my parent. You are my partner. So ask yourself, based on values, based on long-term, not zaddy stuff, daddy stuff. I'm talking, this is the father of my potential children we're talking about. What qualities do they inherit based on my values? So we got to ask ourselves, we want a man that wants to settle down. We want a man that wants children, if that calls to you. We want a man that loves Jesus. That's something, if that's real to you, if that you're big in faith, awesome. Or maybe you're not big in faith and you need to make sure someone doesn't love Jesus. Either way, it has to be the non-negotiable. I'm not talking no damn X. His favorite color is orange, so I don't want to talk to him anymore. None of that. He sent too many exclamation points. He's a weirdo. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about value system based. I'm talking if one of these aren't checked, he's out. That's it. He's out. So ask yourself, what the hell do you want in the grand scheme of things and the broad strokes of who this man is and where he's at in his life? And then once you kind of got that locked down, then you could ask yourself, okay, what do I want to feel in moments of tension? What do I want to feel in moments of arguments? What do I want to feel in all these things? What do I want to feel? What do I want to feel when I'm with this person and all that? What are the actions and inactions that are going to make me be able to keep going with this person? And you don't have to get to the nitty-gritty of it. That'll come in time, but don't lose how you want to feel. And I'm not saying you're going to feel this way every single day, because we all know even Mr. Right, Mr. Fantastic, Mr. Perfect, he has issues. Everyone, we're all human beings. We all got our quirks. So, but know that what does home feel like in terms of feelings and emotions? What is that anchor? So if it's a busy week, if it's chaotic, what's the home feel like in terms of us getting back to center? What is that like? Life can happen, chaos can happen, but where will we always fall back on? So that's something to explore for yourself. Now let's get to the nitty gritty. All right, we're dating, we're swiping. We're swiping left, right, side to side and all that. Now what questions are we going to ask them? You're probably thinking, oh, Eli, I can't ask these things. I can't ask if he wants a relationship. I can't ask if he wants children. I can't ask if he likes Jesus. How am I supposed to ask that? It's unnecessary. How precious is your time? How precious is your time? Last time I checked, tomorrow ain't promised. It could be promising, but it is not promised. So, and I'm not saying give some gaga energy and throw it in his face and be like, yo, I need kids. I need this. You better love Jesus. We're going to church right now after we eat this freaking tiramisu at Cheesecake Factory. Like, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying just be curious. Meet him with flirty curiosity. Meet him with flirty curiosity based on those non-negotiables. And I'm not saying enjoy the date. I'm not saying don't enjoy the date. I'm not saying don't do the whole little razzle-dazzle, the flirtsies. Do it. But ask yourself, before I go on a date, what information do I want to receive? What are some things I want to hear? What are some things I want to share about myself? What are some things I want to know about him to see if this is a good match? Because, listen, we know what chemistry's like. The exciting guy. He's so exciting. He's so funny. Yes, he's a tattoo artist. Yes, he's a musician. Yes, he's got bad credit, but he's figuring it out. All right. After his chest tattoo, after he finishes his payment plan for that chest tattoo, then he's going to start saving. We've been down that road before. We know what does not serve us. We know what does not help us. We know what it's like to have something exciting and try to reel it in and say, okay, I want you to be super fun and exciting, but only do that with me. You're trying to find safety and excitement. It ain't going to work out. We're switching gears here and starting with safety and finding excitement in that safety versus finding safety in that excitement. That is the intention of what we're trying to do. And I'm not saying don't look for chemistry. You still need chemistry and a connection on top of a compatibility. But compatibility is non-negotiable. Compatibility is something we're going to adopt early on. Because usually we find excitement and we find chemistry first, and we worry about compatibility later because we don't want to get off this endorphin train. But what we're going to do differently is compatibility is going to be the base of this home. And as strong as that compatibility is as strong as that home's going to be. What's up, y'all? I know you guys are enjoying the show, but real quick, I just want to talk about the Patreon. Patreon, you get early access to episodes, bonus content, and you could even ask a question that gets on the show. It's patreon.com/selfhype. Now, let's get back to it. Compatibility is going to be the base of this home. And as strong as that compatibility is as strong as that home's going to be. So he has to check those boxes. Based on that list, you ask yourself of what do you want? And he's allowed to be not be what you want. I hate dogs. I'm atheist and I don't want to get married and I hate children. He's not a bad guy. It's okay. You know what? Okay. Now you know. Now you know to know if you're going to go on a second date or not. Really what you're doing is enjoy the process. But once there's a topic or something, ask yourself, what are like some 3 things? What are 3 to 5 things, that I want to share with this individual or that I want to learn from them to see if we're compatible before anything else? And as you go on those dates, that's where you could drop it in. And you're probably still thinking you're a little overzealous, like, what am I telling them? Do you want kids or not? Just talk about yourself and ask, how do you feel about that? That's all you got to do. Just be like, yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I'm getting up there. I'm 29. I have damn good salary, actually. You ever thought about kids? Because, like, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? I think that's what I would really want. My mom has a big family and all that. How do you feel about that? I'm like, and just let him answer. Just let him answer. He could be playing you like, oh, I don't know, maybe, sure. Okay. Sure. All right. A lot of guys have some cold feet with that. All right. That's fine. Yeah. I think, so what brings you to dating apps? I think I'm ready. I am ready to find a partner. I'm ready to build a life. I'm ready to do all of that. Ready to bake. I'm ready to do all that. I'm ready to bake some pies. I'm ready to rub some feet. I'm ready to do all of it. I'm just looking for my king. Where do you think you're at with that? And just let him answer. Just let him answer. And he may say some F-boyery of like, yeah, shorty, I'm just, let's just see how it is. Let's just take our time, baby girl. Let's just, maybe something will transpire. Maybe something will transpire that will motivate us. You know what I'm saying? But that's just gray verbiage to say I don't want to ruin my chances to hook up with you if I say the wrong thing. So a man that's ready will say he's ready. Yes, I'm looking for a partnership too. Yes, I'm healed, and my last ex was a year ago, and I was like, I really did some self-reflection. I'm like, and all that. That's kind of how you want to move in those spaces. And also, I know some ladies say, Eli, I need to know, like, what are some flags? What are some things to look out for? We talked about in the Green Flags episode. Do you got a growth mindset? Do you got a growth mindset? What do you feel about therapy? What do you feel about personal development coaching? There's this charismatic Puerto Rican man online, and he is fantastic. Do you follow anyone like him? I doubt it because he's one of a million. I'm kidding. But go there. Go there and have fun and enjoy the date, but find your moments to just express things based on your compatibility and information you want to learn to see if there's even a chance here. Because you guys can have all the exciting chemistry and whatnot, but if he's not ready, and if he's like, oh, no, I'm post-divorce, it's been 2 months, I'm still healing from it, so that's where you got to check yourself. That's where you got to check yourself. It's easy to blame these men out here, but that's where potential talent comes in. Okay, he's not emotionally ready now, but we get along today. So that means if I just kind of hang around him and date him for 4 to 6 months, maybe that's enough time to heal. Okay, sure. Let's go with that. Why not? Yeah, let's make that a thing. So, like, real talk, like, this is necessary to have these questions. It's necessary to ask these things. It's necessary because it's going to set the foundation of conversations to come. If you have open-ended verbiage in every aspect of early dating, then you're going to find yourself in a situationship, confused and scared to bring anything up because you have no idea. But by you setting the how you are and where you're at, those questions going to scare a lot of guys. They're going to run for the hills because, oh my God, now I have this expectation that if I stay, she's going to think I want to be with her, and I don't want to do that because I'm just trying to hook up because I miss my ex, and also I have a side piece and all. You don't want those people anyway. So the whole goal is to get rejected. These questions are built for you to get rejected. These questions are for them to run the hell away. And then if they stay, then we could play. Why am I Dr. Seuss of dating right now? If they stay, then you could play. And when I say that, that's when we could explore more deeper conversations. By you setting the standard of, I'm looking for something serious, and they were like, all right, bet, me too, let's do this. That is a new avenue of not open-ended gray verbiage. It's an avenue of clarity and conscious communication, intentional communication of where we're at, how we're doing, and all that. And just because you guys are aligned in terms of values doesn't mean that you guys will be together. but at least it's going to be a healthy space of intentionality and sharing how you're feeling, where you're at, so you guys don't waste each other's time. And in that space, then we could ask a little more intentional questions. I was reading, I was staying at this Citizen M hotel. It's like a fancy little, like, light up, tiny millennial hotel. It's dope. I like it. But they have School of Life books. And I don't know why I didn't open up a book. I thought it was just decor. I thought it was plastic, like fake fruit or something, but they're actual books. And before I left, I grabbed one. I just opened up a book. And I think it's the book, Why You're Going to Marry the Wrong Person. And I was like, oh, such a good title. But you open it, and the question is, what does mean look like on you? And I love that question. That is where we're getting into the nitty gritty. We could have the Disney wedding. We could have the romance, and you have a noodle in one hand and I have a noodle in the other, and we kiss, and everyone at the restaurant's looking at us like we're fucking nuts. But you could have all those things and still tell it like it is. Because how precious is your time? How intentional are you ready to find your person? I want to know what mean looks like on you. I want to know what stress looks like on you. I want to know what fear looks like on you. I want to know where it comes from. I want to know how you move. I want to know how you act and all that. And then I'm going to check myself to know if I could properly digest that and move with that. Because I'm looking for my pain in the ass. I'm not thinking that the person I'm going to find is not going to drive me nuts from time to time. But that's my nuts. Ain't no one else's nuts. These are my nuts. Saying nuts a lot. It's a little uncomfortable. I don't mean to say it this much, but you know what I'm saying. That's my pain in the ass right there. Ain't nobody else's. When she's hangry and just screaming into a beach towel because she wants some M&Ms, that's mine. And my ass is going to jump in my car and go get her some, and then I'm going to get myself some Rocky Road ice cream too, because I probably ate an edible at that point. But either way, that's my woman. And what I want to learn is you totally as a human. I don't care about how you make me feel from time to time. I want to fall in love with you because all of you is something I want to explore and understand. And I understand that you're a human being. What's up, y'all? I know you guys are enjoying the show, but real quick, I just want to talk about the Patreon. Patreon, you get early access to episodes, bonus content, and you could even ask a question that gets on the show. It's patreon.com/selfhype. Now, let's get back to it. I understand that you got flaws. I understand you got fears. I understand. I just want to know where they come from. And I just want to support you to get through the hurdles of emotionally, boundary-wise, trauma healing, whatever the hell it is. That's my duty as your partner. And I got to collect this data to know if I could work with you. So don't be afraid to ask, what does mean look like on you? And I would always wait for this question because you want to build a rapport with someone to build that trust. And don't just ask it out of a whim. Find those moments of intimacy where it's like, you know what? I really like you. And I think this could be really fun. But I'm not, based on that original intention of us knowing that we're going for something serious and real, I just really want to know what a moment of difference looks like inside you. I just want to know what stress looks like inside you. And there's no wrong answers. It's my job to explore it, give you grace, and for you to give me grace as I learn to love you, and vice versa. So what does that mean look like on you? What does that look? And you know how beautiful it's going to be able to have a person share a side of them that they might be a little scared to share because out of judgment, and you hold them through all of it? Imagine how it feels for them to do that to you. Imagine, oof, that's making me feel some type of way. Oh, I love you because you are this person. I love you. I can't love you. I can't love you without knowing all of you is the reason why I love you as much as I do. All of you, all aspects of you is why I love you. I can't love you unless I see all of it. I see all of it and I want it forever. That's what I want. I want us to go to Cracker Barrel together. I want us to go to Cracker Barrel. I want us to have coupons and annoy the people there when we're old and gray. We're going gaga on each other's pants. I want that. That's what I turned this very gross. But you get what I mean. And they're very intentional questions. And what we're doing is we're having fun while keeping it real. But we're keeping it real in a fun, flirty, intentional way. And if you could ask yourself the hard questions and then have the audacity to create a roadmap for yourself and then have the audacity to share that roadmap with another individual and just see if those roadmaps align. And then you could have the audacity to have some intimate questions in terms of when we get into road bumps or when we get a flat tire or when we go whatever, how do you move in a position to be able to fix that tire and keep it moving on that dirt road? Then we got a shot at something. Then we got a shot. And we got to ask ourselves, did I do any of this beforehand? Did I ask any of these things? And then what happens? We run headfirst into a relationship just to realize that, oh boy, got anger issues and we got some anxious attachment we have not checked ourselves on. And boom, we break up a year later. So this may sound like a lot of work. This may sound like, oh my God, I got to do all this stuff. That's so difficult. Do you want a man's or not? And I'm not saying a man's. I'm saying a person you should be with. A person that is authentic and real. I rather do the work today and have it take a little longer to have the person that I should be with for a lifetime versus finding quick love just to be rescued and just keep jumping ship to ship to ship, never truly being comfortable in something because I'm not comfortable within myself. And it's important that you sit with that and realize that. And the next time you go on a date, next time you make a connection, even, the boo thing you've been hollering at casually for the last couple weeks, bring up some intentionality based on what the hell you want and make it be a little uncomfortable. Set that standard for yourself. Like, let it be a little uncomfortable, because usually we find love that we're used to. We find love that is just what we allowed and what we normalized. I want you to switch it up. I want you to break some chains, because a lot of the times we just receive the love that we grew up seeing, and it is not only for you, but it's for everyone that came before you to break some chains and receive some love that is healthier than anyone has ever seen, including yourself. So hold on to that, challenge yourself, and ask those questions. What is up, y'all? Thank you for listening this week. Ask them questions, please. Ask them sweet, juicy questions. And if you want a bonus content from this episode, if you want additional perks from this episode, if you want some coaching from me, my 3-day self-love challenge, check out our Patreon. It's like $5 a month. You join it, get a bunch of extra benefits, get to know your boy, and all that. So that's check out the Patreon. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week.
The Self-Hype Podcast.